Yeah. Well, VistaVision was invented even before my time. Uh, here, that's a long time ago. As one of the first widescreen formats before CinemaScope and the anamorphic type formats came about. It's a horizontal format in 35 millimeter. So it's kind of like the 35 millimeter equivalent of 15 perf IMAX, where the film moves through the gate horizontally. It's problematic for editing, because it's a film format and can be digitized now. That's not as big a problem as it used to be, because to use it in editing, they'd have to do optical conversion to be able to edit it, because most editing systems aren't set up for a horizontal format. But now he revived it because I think he didn't. I don't know if he shot any of it in 15 perf 65 millimeter, and just used VistaVision on some of the smaller shots, because they're fairly compatible back and forth between the two because of the aspect ratio and the fact of the horizontal film movement. VistaVision used to be used a lot in visual effects before digital visual effects. They would shoot in VistaVision when they were doing optical effects because they had a bigger frame, and it has higher grain. Tighter grain than the regular standard 35 millimeter format. So they could move around and pick a standard 35 millimeter frame, 133 frame out of that VistaVision frame. So it let them reposition things and gave them finer grain if they're going to be using optical effects in post-production. So it used to be used a lot by visual effects. They used a lot of it in Star Wars, for example, the original Star Wars. So it's interesting that he chose that as a format, but since they're digitizing it, it can be edited electronically nowadays without the original problems. But you still have to optically print it if you're going from the original negative back to another cinema negative to get it output. So it's an interesting format. Gives you a little more real estate and finer grain than standard 35 millimeter production.